you have to deal with. You have to text me so that I can respond. All our courses will be value for money, guys. Whether it is free or paid, all will be value for money. If you paid 1 rupee, that 1 rupee will show you that 1 rupee has to satisfy. That's it. Okay. So fine. Welcome to day 6. So yesterday we started discussion about functions. Okay. And today we'll continue the same concept. And today I'll start with lambda functions. Today I'll start with lambda functions. So now what is this lambda functions? Lambda functions are shortcut functions. Lambda functions are shortcut functions. Shortcut function. Is it clear? Shortcut function. I'll tell you, like if I give you an example, then you get some clarity. For example, you see here, okay, def. I want to add, let's take same example, a comma b. I'll say print a plus b. I'll say I'm calling this function 10 comma 20. I'm calling. Okay, let me execute it. You know function definition, you know how to call that function, right? The same thing I want to execute in a more easy way, more shortcut form. We can define it as lambda function. Lambda, what you need to pass? A comma b. And before that, I need to discuss one more concept, guys, before entering into this lambda function. Return statement. Return statement I need to discuss. So my dear people, so now I'm defining this add function. I'm printing this. Like in functions, we have one more concept called return statement. The function, like instead of print statement, for example, I'll ask this function to return. I'll say return a plus b. So the function, whatever we define, finally it will return a plus b. Okay, so when I say return a plus b, when I say return a plus b, you can check, you don't get any output. Why? Because the return statement, the resultant will be available in the function call. Okay. So you'll understand about return statement in the coming examples, you'll understand. But just try to understand return statement will be resultant of this function. It is saying return a plus b. Then automatically this function will return a plus b value. Okay. So there is one very famous question in the interview. So what will be the default return value if function does not returning anything? Okay. If for example, here I said print a plus b. So now instead of return statement, if I write a plus b, now this function is not returning anything. So when you try to print in the function call, it says none. If function is not returning anything, then by default it return none. I want you to write the notes. Okay. So return statement will be resultant of this. So instead of print statement, you can also say return a plus b. When I say return a plus b, this should be available, will be available in the function call. Now, let's come for lambda function. Lambda, I need to pass a comma b, I need to pass a comma b. Why? Because I want to add those two numbers I want to add. I want to add those two numbers. Okay. Okay. Right? Right. Lambda a comma b. A comma b. Now A plus B. Now check A comma B, A plus B. This, it assign it to some variable. Variable in the sense, we have to call it, some name we give it. And now it will also be available in the function. Check it. The same function were written in lambda form. Lambda function will be a shortcut function. Okay. So whenever you have some big program you have inside it, you want to execute. Okay. You want to execute. Right. So then you have to define lambda format. Like in a big project or in a big program, in order to write certain script, we will be using lambda format. We're making the function as a shortcut function. Lambda functions are shortcut function. Lambda keyword and what it has to return. Okay, what are the variables and what it has to return? You have to take that and you have to print it. That's it. Everyone, you're getting it. Okay, I hope it's very clear. Right? You're defining a function, you're returning. The same thing you can do it in the lambda way. Same thing you can do it in the lambda way. Okay. Now, so this is about lambda functions, guys. One more example. For example, you're trying to find, you have to define a function in which you will square a number. So lambda, you're passing, you want to square it, a into a. So what it has to return, a into a it has to return. And what are the parameters you need to take? You have to take it. Simple. So you cannot write big programs with these guys. Okay, only some limited we can write. Is it clear? Right? You can pass it. You can pass it. Some number you can pass. Just square. You can pass. And you can print it. Automatically, you get the value. Print. I want to get the square. 10 into 10 will be 100. 100 will be printed. Lambda functions. Lambda functions are the shortcut functions. Lambda functions are shortcut functions. Is it clear? Okay. So now I'll explain you one more concept. That is advanced function. So then when I explain advanced functions, then you will come to know more about like what will be the use of lambda functions. You'll come to know. Concentrate everyone. In Python, we can pass function as a parameter to another function. We can pass function as a parameter to another function. Okay. So now here in this case, like in advanced functions, we have map, filter, reduce. We have three advanced functions we have where we can pass function as a parameter to another function. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Right? We can pass function as a parameter to another function. Let's talk about filter function first. Let's talk about filter function. Now, what is this filter function? Now, what is this filter function? what this filter function will do is, first of all, like I have a list of numbers I have list of numbers I have. Okay, I have list of numbers. Now from this list of numbers, I want only even numbers. I want to filter only even numbers only I want to filter. That is my requirement. If that is my requirement, I will take filter function. I want only even numbers and this list one. Unfortunately, this event function is not any default function where we can write event, we can get all the event numbers from that. So you have to define event function separately, you have to define. Okay, see. So now I have to write the logic for event. Okay, self, or not self, sorry. Event, I'm passing a parameter A. This A will become even number if A, what is the even number? If it is divisible by 2, if it leaving the remainder 0, then the whole function will become true. Then that even logic will satisfy. Okay, as this function will become false. So this is the logic for even number. It has to be divisible by 2. If it leaving the remainder 0, then we can say this function is even function. So this function we passed as a parameter to filter function so that from this list, I get only even values. Now I need to print it. If I print it directly, it will print filter value, filter object. So that's the reason this object I need to convert into list and then I need to print it. Now, if I execute it now, you can see even numbers from that list. You get even numbers from that list. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? Even numbers, you get it from that list. I hope it's very clear. Few people are saying font is not visible. For you. Check. Even I defined and event function, I passed it separately and I'm passing this. Is it clear? Fine, everyone. Now, let's talk about the beauty of lambda function. The whole logic, I wrote it in multiple lines. The same thing, I can take lambda, a pass parameter, it has to return, then only the function will satisfy. The whole function, the whole event function, we wrote it in single line. Check it. Check it. Check it. You got the same output. This is where lambda function will be useful to you. Lambda functions will make our life easy. Lambda function will make our life easy. You getting it? Everyone. Okay, what lambda function will do? Is it clear? Lambda function will act as a shortcut function. Whatever the function we wrote it in 4 to 5 lines, the whole function we can write it in one single line. Please confirm me. Is it clear, everyone? Lambda function you are able to understand. And we are just discussing only filter. We have math, we have reduce. Like after discussing that, you get some more clarity you get it. Everyone, interesting guys? Day 6 is okay. Same energy you're having. Okay, whatever we discuss. So Anshita, my voice from my side, everything is okay. Anshita, internet is fine, 200 Mbps. From my side, everything is okay, Anshita. And you have to check from your side. Right, everyone? I turned off my AC also. Right? Lambda. Lambda. When I word this, when I hear this lambda, like Kalikiya language, you remember guys from Bahubali. Undra. Okay. I'm getting that vibes. I'm getting that vibes. Yes. Okay, shall we continue? Right? Lambda functions. I hope it's very clear. And once we completed filter function, let's talk about map. Map function. Okay, map. Now, what is this map? What we can do with map function? So now, my dear people, now please confirm me. And few are texting, voice is not audible. Kindly please confirm me. Voice is okay. Audio is fine. Audio is fine. Okay. Then Anshita, it's from your side. Right. Okay, right. So lambda, you got some idea. Right. Now let's talk about after filter. Let's talk about map function. Now, what is this map function? Map function, for example. Okay, so before that, I need to discuss one more concept here. Let's see. Lambda, we passed here. We passed the list, right? Instead of passing list, I can also take range function. I can say range of 1000. If I say I get 1000 numbers, I get. Check it. Check the beauty of Python. Okay, you can see within one line of code, you're able to get first 100 event numbers. Okay, if you want, you can also get it first 1000 event numbers also. You can write it with one single line of code. You can write it. See the beauty of Python. When you compare with other languages, definitely Python is easy. This is one of the example. Within one single line of code, you're able to write, okay, 1000 even numbers you're able to write. Is it clear? Right? Right? Okay. So now let's see about map function. Map. Now, what is this map function? Map. I have a list of 10 numbers I have. Okay, I have list of 10 numbers I have. Now, this 10 numbers, every number I want to disturb. For example, mapping, right? So mapping means, like for example, like mapping, there will be exercise mapping. Like for example, you have this. So you have to map. So you have list of numbers you have. This list of numbers, you have to write a logic in such a way, every number has to get that effect. Okay, every number that should be affected by every number. Every element in that list has to disturb. Okay. For example, I need to write a map function. I need to write a map function like my requirement is every number, whatever I have it in that list, it has to double. It means I am impacting every element I am impacting. That is my requirement. In such case, what I will do, I will be taking the list. I'll take list. I'm taking list of elements. Okay. So now I'm considering map. I'll say map. I just want to double. I did not define this double function. I'll define it. Let me, every element in that list has to double. I have to print it. Before printing, I need to convert it again to list so that I can get a proper list form I can get. Now I need to double a number. I'm defining a double function. I'm defining. Okay. I'm took a parameter A. I want to double a number. So logic will be what? So whatever the element you took it, if you want to double, you just multiply with the 2, then it will become double. So we wrote the logic, we passed that function as a parameter to map, and list is the sequence, whatever we want, and we convert it into list and we are printing it. So you can see we passed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you can see every element there got double. Okay, if you want to impact every element in that list, we can just use map function. So task for you is immediately, now itself you have to do. Same map filter, like whatever the way we doubled, the same logic you write it in lambda format. This double, I just want to write it in the lambda format. The same function you convert into lambda format. I'll see. The same thing you have to convert into lambda format fast. I'll check. I'll read your name. If you write it correctly, I'll read your name. I will read your name. Range no need. Just double. Just write the double function logic in lambda. Fast. Write the double function logic in the lambda. Bharat Kumar, correct. Anu, correct. Praneeth, you're writing the complete code. Where is map? Map. Okay. You're writing the whole code. Very happy. Right. You understood. You're smart. You are able to understand my classes. Very good. Happy? Thank you. Lambda A, it has to return A into 2. List 1 we don't want. I can also apply a range function. Simple. Okay. Lambda list. I need to, where is this map? So when we change it, we get the bracket errors. I know that. Map A into 2. A into 2. Okay. You have to print it. You have to convert into list. If you don't convert into list, what will happen, you know? It will print map object, guys. That's it. It will print map object. Okay. Simple. I hope it's very clear. Lambda, map, and filter. Now let's talk about reduce function. Before entering into reduce function, you have to get me the difference. Map, filter, and reduce. These are all advanced functions where we can pass function as a parameter. But my dear people, if you observe here, okay, if you observe here, okay, One thing, map filter color you can see, reduce color you can see. Okay, reduce color you can see. Map filter and reduce color you can see. What does it indicates? Map and filter or inbuilt functions. Okay, inbuilt functions. But when it comes to reduce function, it's not an inbuilt function. So from reduce function, you have to get it from function tools. Function tools is a inbuilt module. What is a module? I'll explain you soon. Don't worry. I'll explain you too soon. Okay. Now, and before that, okay, let's forget about this. As usual, reduce function, you take it. Reduce function, what it will do? Reduce function will reduce, for example, you have a list of elements you have. List of elements you have. Okay. List of elements you have. So now this whole list of elements, all list of elements. Okay. I just want to reduce into one single value I want to reduce into. Okay. I want to reduce into one single value. Just give me 1 minute, guys. So now you can see you have a list of elements. This whole list of elements you want to reduce into one single value you want to reduce. Then you can go with a reduce function. The whole list you want to reduce into one single value. What you need to do, you can see here, you have all these elements, right? You can write the code this way. I'm defining red function where I pass a comma b parameters I'll pass. This a comma b I'll reduce into, I'll say return a plus b, I'll say return a plus b. What this return a plus b will reduce all into one single value, how you know? Like when you apply a plus b, this will treat as a, this will treat as b. A plus b will become 3. Now 3 will be a. Next 3 will be 3. 3 plus 3 will be 6. 6 will be a. Okay, you can see that. That is how it will become. Reduce, I'll pass red and passing the list. List 1 you're passing. And this one you don't need to convert into list. Why? Because if you reduce, the whole value will become only 1. You can print it. You can print it. But now when you try to print it, okay, when you try to print it, so what it will become? It will become one single value, it will become, check it. But we will get an error. Why? Because reduce is not defined. Why reduce is not defined? Why? Because reduce is not a default function. Reduce is not a default function. I'll show you. Map color you can see. Filter color you can see. Print color you can see. But whereas reduce color you can see. Normal color. So where is reduce is defined? Reduce is defined in a module. What is that module? Just give me a few minutes. From function tools, we're importing reduce function. Reduce is defined there. We can use it properly. Now we can use it. Okay, then you can get it the value. And red, you don't want this, you can happily convert it. Okay, a plus b. You can see a plus b, we don't need to write it. Lambda functions are the shortcut function. We can use it in this way. Got it, everyone? Right. So now what is this import statement? What is this? What do you mean by module? That is, you have to be very aware. So with this concept, we completed functions concept, we completed. We completed the functions concept we completed. Okay. Now we'll start one more very important concept, modules and packages. Modules and packages are very, very important concept. Modules and packages. Concentrate, guys. Everyone. Modules and packages. So, my dear people, first of all, what is a module? What is a module? Module means a Python program. Module is what? A Python program. Like whatever the program we have written, every Python file itself is a module. And what is that Python file and what is that Python program? Group of instructions. So now, why we are discussing this modules concept? What is the use of it? Now, my dear people, you consider any project you consider. Any project you consider. The whole project or the application, whatever you completed, will it be in one Python file? Will it be one Python file? Will it contain only one Python file? No, right? There will be multiple Python files you have in a one particular project. Okay, so depends on the requirement you'll be using all together. One Python project means it won't contain one Python file only. Multiple Python files it will be. Okay, so what will be the use if you define it like this? Now, for example, I'll give you one example. Now, for example, you have a college management project you have. You have college management project. In college management project, you have multiple departments. You have library department, you have administration department, you have transport department, you have canteen department, multiple departments you have. Like all these departments needs student data. Student name, student father name, all this will be common for any department. Now, for example, if you define this in a one particular file, if you define all these things, this can be used by all the people. Similarly, modules are also every Python file is considered as a module. In a particular Python file, if you defined a few parameters, few properties, for example, in this Python file, you define some variables, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. Some functions, if you define the variables, functions, whatever you define, you can use it in this file also. 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 Okay, so modules will help in that way. Once you define them, you can use it whenever you get the requirement. So if you see the previous example, where function tools is a pre-built module in Python, immediately we are imported that function tools module. We are using this reduce function. Reduce function, the logic behind the reduce function is already defined somewhere and it is made it as a module. Okay, module means a separate Python file in which we have some properties. We can use that properties in our requirement. So we have two types of modules. One is user-defined modules and built-in modules. And you can see math. Math is a predefined module. So to make it more clear, I'll explain you. So for example, you are trying to get a square root of a particular number. Square root of 4. You are trying to find square root of 4. The square root of 4, we did not write the logic and we did not define. But the square root of SQR is already function in math module. So now in a math module, this SQR is defined. You can access with that. SQRT, sorry. Now you can see this SQRT is defined inside the math module. So we are able to access it. So modules means this is what it can do. Module means a Python file in which already properties is defined somewhere. When I want it, I can access it. I'll give you very simple example where you're able to understand it very clearly. I'm creating a Python file. I'm just naming this as module 1. I'm just naming it as module 1. Module 1 is already there. I'm just replacing it. So this is my module 1. This is module 1. Inside the module 1, what I'm doing? I'm defining A is equal to 10. I'm defining B is equal to 20. I'm defining C is equal to 30. I'm defining some function. Okay, I'm defining some function. Okay, I'm saving this. I'm saving this. You can see it is module 1. I'm saving this. It is module 1. I'm saving this. This is module 1. Okay. Now, my dear people, now what we need to do is, I want to define one more module I want to define. Okay. I'll name this as module 2. I'll name this as module 2. In module 2, I don't want to define anything. I want to use it, whatever I have it in module 1. So I'll say we have two types of import statements. We have normal import module 1, and you can use some shortcut name M1. Now I am able to access variable A, which is available in module 1. You can see. I'm able to access all these variables. I given the shortcut name, I'm using it. Okay, now I can also call that function. Okay, let me execute it. Now you can see, guys, in this program, you can see, did we define variable A? Did we define variable C? Did we define variable C? No. Did we define function? No. But in module 1, we already defined it. Wherever we define, whatever the name you use, you can use that name, you can import them, and you are able to access that variable. You're able to access that function. And here, this is called normal import. This is called normal import. And at the same time, you can also define in from import. From module 1, and you can say whatever you want to import. You can say ABC, or you can say this star or asterisk, and automatically all will be imported. You don't need to use M1. You don't need to use module name. You can directly access. This is from import. Now you can see you're able to access. Okay, modules are nothing but a Python file. in which we define some properties. Okay. And whenever we have a requirement, we will use that module concept. I hope it's very clear. Module, a Python file. Okay. In that Python file, we'll define certain properties. And whenever you have a requirement, you can use it. Once I define it, if I want it for 10 times, I can import. I can execute. You have two imports, normal import and from import. Normal import, while using, you have to give it the name. From import, you can take it directly. Yes, modules are okay. Please confirm me, guys. Modules are okay. Yes. Clear, everyone? Okay, modules, a Python file. We already has a properties in one module. We can use the same module. We can use it again and again. We can use it. This is about modules, guys. Now, continuation to that, we have one more concept we'll discuss. We'll discuss about packages. We'll discuss about packages. Modules, I hope it's very clear. Modules, I hope it's very clear. So now, my dear people, let's concentrate about package. Now, what is this package? Okay, modules you understood very good, very happy. Package means what? And we also have subpackage. What do you mean by package? What do you mean by subpackage? It's very simple, guys. Module means a Python file. Package means a folder in which we have modules. When I say it's a package, in the package we have modules. Module 1, module 2, module 3. And there will be a chance of having subpackage. Inside the subpackage also we can have modules. Package means a folder. The use case is same. The use case is same. We have to use I have a package. I have a requirement. I have to use it. And I'm not sure that whether you're aware of any project. If you've seen any project, any data science project or anything like that, first step will be whatever the requirements we have. Okay, whatever the requirements we have, we will be importing all those requirements. Okay, so if it is a data science project, we will immediately start like import NumPy, import pandas, import matplotlib, bonsai, scikit-learn, TensorFlow. All these libraries will import. Library is nothing but it's a collection of packages, as you can see. Okay, let's concentrate. Let's try to see what we can do here. How package, let's get that. So now what I'm doing is, let's go back. Let me create a flow folder. Let me save this. Let me create a folder. I'll name that folder as package. You can keep any name you can keep, guys. It's already package folder is there. Let me delete that. Okay. I don't want to change that order. Just give me 1 minute. Let me make this. Okay, this is a folder. empty folder. Here I'll take subpackage I can create. Subpackage means one more folder. Inside it, I can have, I'll name this as module 3. Module 1 and module 2, I'll write it before. Meanwhile, I'll close this. I have module 3. Here I'll take module 1. I'll create new file. I'll save this as module 2. Okay, so I just given that. I have to define them all the, like in every module, I'll define some properties. In module 2, I'll take b is equal to 200. I'll define function f2. I'll say print. I'm from, I'll say I'm from module 2. I'll save this. Let's come back to module 1. So here also I'll define a is equal to 100. I'll define f1. I'll say I'm from module 1. Okay, let's go for that subpackage also. Let me open that subpackage also. So here also I'll define c is equal to 300. I'll define f3. I'll say print I'm from module 3. You can give any names, guys. You don't need to keep all these names as modules, packages. I'm just giving some relevant names, that's it. You can give any name. Now, I just have three modules in the packages. Now, I just want to take a file. I'll just name this as test. I'll say this as test. Now, this test.py, first I'll do with normal import. I'll say import. How to import it? Package dot module 1 as m1. Import package dot module 2 as m2. Okay. Import package dot subpackage dot module 3 as m3. You can see we are importing. And if you want to access that variable m1.a, I want to access that variable which is in module 2 m2.b. I want to access which is available in subpackage m3.a. I want to call it. I can call it. You can see. I'm able to define them separately. I'm able to access them. Depends on my requirement. Okay. So I have to call it C, I think. Just a minute. Module.c. C. We defined C in module 3, right? I wrote it A there. That's the error. Okay, you can see you're able to access it. Now at the same time, you have to do it in the from import. You can do that. I'll say from package dot module 1 to please import everything from package module 2 from package dot subpackage. You can see module 3 import. So now you can access F1, F2, you can access directly. F3 you can access directly. You can print that variable A. You can print that variable B. You can print that C. You're able to do it easily. Check. You can do that. I hope it's very clear. Packages and modules. Packages. Everyone. I hope it's very clear. Package means group of modules. Package means a folder in which we have modules. Okay. What is the use of this? I can define it in a separate module. I can use it whenever I want. I can define whole related modules into one single package. I can import that package. I can do it whenever I want. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Packages means Gopi. It's a folder where it contains different modules. In each module, we have some properties. What are the properties? We have variables. We have functions. Look at this example. Look at this. Very simple, guys. You can create three modules you can create within a folder. That's it. Okay. So my dear people, many people, when I upload the recording, you are taking it light. Some people, you don't get it once. You have to watch it again, the recording. That is the reason I'm spending 1 to 2 hours time to record it. Okay. And to just, what do you say, that to edit it. Whatever the discussion we are doing after the class, before the class, I'm not putting in the YouTube. I'm just removing all those discussion. I'm spending some time to edit it. After that, I'm uploading so that, why? Because I value your time.